Welcome to the 7 Minute Sting, a series about the Australian Stingrays and the women who've made it great. I'm Mike Neild, and I'm glad you're here. Today, I'm joined by Cat Phillips, a woman who played on the very first Australian Stingrays. She walked away from that tournament in 2010 with gold and glory and has been dining out on it ever since. Cat, welcome.
Thank you, Mike. Love the intro.
Well, it's just very exciting to be here. Now, Kat, how cool was it to win a gold medal at the World Championships?
Yeah, unbelievable. I mean, we all play for that. I've played now, from 2010 up until now, have been trying to win another one, and have learned that, they don't come by very often. And I think the feeling of winning that medal with the people in that team will never go away. I remember, vividly the moment when the final ended. I remember vividly the whole, aftermath of that game. And then the connection that I have with any of the other players and members of that campaign is just something that, I feel deep in me.
Wow. So, do you talk to the other people about it, even now, 12 years later?
Not often. We don't often just bring up, I remember that time we won a gold medal. But I think,
sure.
You feel that connection with them. Anna Ragaki is one person that I've done many other campaigns with after that. Yeah. And we'll often talk about it, we kind of bring it up and have a laugh about, how great that was. And I think, it's particularly more special now that we've gone on, 12 years past that time, and there have been no other Australian gold medals won. And I think the further we go like that, the more meaningful it becomes to me that we have got one and we were able to do that.
Yeah, how cool. I think there was a beach one. There might have been a beach, maybe Masters. Anyway, now, is it true?
Oh, no, edit that
out. Yeah, I think it's there. Anyway, you were first. Is it true that the whole division, under 24's division, was created just for you?
Yeah, you might think that. No, it was pretty cool for me. I had played under 19s before that, and the under 19 cohort within Australia was pretty small in that, there weren't many players that were playing at that time at that level. And when the under 24 comp got created that year, for me, it gave me an opportunity to play with a whole lot of players that I'd really looked up to and respected who were a couple of years older. I think I was 19 or 18 when I went and played that tournament. And so a lot of the women on the team were 22, 23. They were way more experienced than me. They were people that I just, was in awe of their playing ability. And to have that tournament come along and give me the opportunity to play with all of them was great timing and something that I felt very lucky to be able to be part of. So
good. Yeah. There's 4 minutes left, by the way, in this 7 minutes thing.
I know.
And now, here's one. Since the first one in 2010, do you know how many Stingrays there have been? Players?
I would have no idea. I could try and do quick math, but you got me at 8 p.m. on a Sunday. I'm not even going to give it a go. A couple hundred, maybe 100. Yeah,
that's close, actually. It's 113. 113 over 6 different teams, 113 women. And do you know which number you are, which Stingray you are, Kat?
22?
14th, South Africa. You're the 14th ever Stingray. And this year, for the 2023, we're going to pick the 114th Stingray. And it's very exciting for that person and for the rest of the country for them to go and represent us. But you've got to have a high alphabetical name to be 114. Is the best thing about the Stingrays the frizz or the friendship or the adventures?
I think for me, I would pick the friendship and why, I think the friendship probably would be the highlight for me of any campaign, but the Stingrays in particular, you get to go with a group of people who are all going through a very similar time of life to be able to go, you're all probably at uni or you've just done year 12 or you're kind of in a very, unique time in your life, and to get to go away and have a really special empowering experience together in that time, I think is really unique. I love all of the young women that I played with on that team, and when I've looked at each of the teams that have come after, I've seen the same thing, that they form a bond, and it's unbreakable.
So if you're a under 24 Stingray hopeful, you're about to go to a selection camp and you're about to just meet your best friends, sounds like.
Yeah, I honestly think you are.
You didn't know it, but they're there. They're
Yeah.
going to be your teammates, and you might make the team, you might not, but you're going to meet these women and they are your cohort. They're the people you go through and you play with, you play against, and you're a whole thing.
Yeah.
Sensational. It's friendship. It's not the fun. It's not the adventures. It's friendship. Very nice. Now, I don't know about you, but it's a Stingray year. And do you still kind of wish that you were feeling 22?
Oh, if I could go again, yeah, I definitely do. I mean, with all my back pain now, I definitely don't feel 22. But if I could go and be a part of one of those campaigns again, I would do anything. I unfortunately didn't get to go in 2013, which would have been my final time in the under 24 cohort. And it's something I've often kind of looked back on and regretted it and wished that I could. And so if I could go again, yes, I would do anything for that.
Yeah. In the last minute, could you speak to the women who are about to go to a selection camp and try and make this team, or the Blue Bottles team, or perhaps even some of the men who are going for the Goannas team as well? What would you tell them?
I think the main thing going into a selection camp at this level is really to be confident in what you bring to the team. I think it can be really easy when you look at other people at an event to think that there are other people who are better than you at a particular skill. But really go into it knowing that you don't need to be the best at everything. You need to be good at one thing and you need to bring that to the team, and every player on the team will have a unique contribution to bring. And if you turn up and you do what you're really good at doing, then that's what will give you the best shot at making the team.
Cat Phillips.
Yeah.
Frisbee player, human, but above all, Stingray. Thanks very much for joining us on the 7 Minute Sting.
No problem. Thank you, Mike.